Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be trying the new Hourglass Vanish concealer and the brush. And I'm going to just tell you guys right off the bat, I'm so happy with the way this is looking. And yes, I am wearing both colors on both eyes. There is no one-on-one. I have on both shades. I will be using Sienna, which is more of the corrective shade, and Beaches, which is more of the goldeny skin tone shade. And then of course the brush. I have to say that if you're not wanting the brush, you don't need it. If you want a more natural look, the brush does help. But in my case, you know, I went in with the brush when using Sienna, which is a corrective shade. And when I went in with the actual concealer, I used my Juno & Co sponge because let's be honest, we need to make sure we're nice and bright and even under these heavy bags. I don't have bags, I have dark circles. If you guys are curious about how this wears, how this applies, what my thoughts are, then stick around and let's go. Okay, so I'm first going to start off with Sienna, which has a little bit more of a peachy undertone. And I'm going to tell you guys that in ordering both shades, I am content with both shades. I can use them together. I can use them on their own. I'm going to use their concealer brush. And I have no complaints. At first I was a little concerned that the matches might be too light because Sephora suggested that Dune was my best match. So before I did anything about this, because I ordered them from the Hourglass Foundation or the Hourglass website, before I did anything about it, I actually waited. Sorry, my dress shampoo's everywhere. I like to take Sienna and use it before I use any other products on my face, like foundation or concealer, because this is acting as my corrector. So the nice thing about this product is that it is lightweight. It claims to be long wearing, up to 24 hours, I believe. And it claims to be water resistant, which I think would be awesome. If it is, let me tell you, I would add these to my kit. As you guys can see, it definitely brightens. So now that I've gone in with that shade, I am going to do the rest of my makeup and then show you guys how I apply Beaches on top of my foundation. Alright guys, so now I'm going to take the Hourglass shade in Beaches and I'm going to apply this the way I would my normal concealer. And the applicator itself is it's shaped like a tear. As you guys can see, it's flat and it's curved and rounded on the sides. And this concealer feels really good going on, to be honest with you. It feels really creamy. It feels hydrating. But now I would say I'm not going to use this brush because since I'm covering a larger part, you can if you wanted to, but and actually we'll use it on the insides here. I'm going to just use a sponge. I'm going to let this sit for a minute and then buff it out with a sponge. So I actually really like using my Juno & Co sponge to blend the sponge or the concealer out. And the reason is because I find that to get the most coverage out of it, a sponge is the best way to blend this out when you're going for this kind of highlighted look. Now, if you just wanted to use one concealer and if you just wanted like a very natural concealing look, then I would encourage you to use their brush and I would encourage you to use one shade. But I really wanted to correct the darkness under my eyes and I really wanted to make sure that I look nice and bright, y'all. So now I'm going to go in with my foundation brush and I'm just going to blend these edges out. Again, the way I would any other product. And I have on the Hourglass Vanish foundation. And voila. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face and then we'll come back and chit chat about the product. Alright guys, so this is what the concealer looks like. As you guys can see, my under eye looks really smooth. It looks bright there aren't any lines being enhanced. Like it just, and I've always had lines, right? But now I'm starting to get like the little crow's feet. You can't even see those. My eyes look so smooth and so good, considering that I even powdered them. And this concealer is fantastic. It is so good. I'm gonna keep saying that, so good. Very bright, hydrating. We're gonna wear this today, and it is currently 8:30. So we are going to test. Remember, I layered 2 concealers. That's the other thing to keep in mind, is that I did layer 2 concealers, so I was expecting it to look a little heavy. There ain't no heavy cake over here. This is smooth, silky mousse. I'll show you guys just how this wears throughout the day, but so far I have to say I'm really enjoying it and I'm happy with it. So if you want to see how this wears, then let's go. Alright guys, it is now 4:15, and as you guys can see, I still have on concealer. It still looks really good. I don't think it looks cakey or heavy or dry, and so far it seems to be wearing really well. I have worn this concealer before, and I will tell you guys that it is pretty amazing, and I feel like this would be a great concealer for anyone. It is very natural. It gives you coverage, and it doesn't ever look cakey. As you guys saw, I built it up. As you guys saw, I did use 2 shades, and it didn't look heavy or dry or piled on. So far so good, and I am definitely enjoying it. Alright guys, I'm back for my final check-in, and I'm going to tell you that everything still looks really smooth. I still have coverage. As you guys can see, it doesn't look like I have dark circles, and nothing looks crepey or heavy. Nothing has moved. We are looking good and still in business. So I will be honest with you guys and tell you that I did wear this product one other time, and it was when I first got it. I was just really excited and wanted to see what it was going to perform like, and I was not disappointed. It wore beautifully. It looked natural. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't crease. Like, it wears beautifully. And I have on the Vanish foundation today, also one of my favorites. It plays really well. I've used these concealers with other foundations, and it plays well with other foundations. I did not have any issues with it, so I think that this is a really beautiful product. All of these products, the concealers, the brush, they all come in this packaging, which is their standard box packaging. I was gonna say packaging. It's just their standard packaging, which is just very simple, clean, beautiful. It's cardboard, so it's recyclable. The concealer comes in 21 shades, and it retails for $34, and you get 0.2 ounces, which is 6 milliliters. The brush is $38. Ooh, that's pretty expensive. I didn't realize it was $38. You can get the brush and the concealer on Sephora or the Hourglass website. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. The brush is lovely, but do you need it? No, you don't need it. Hourglass does make really nice brushes, but you do not need to spend $38 on a brush. I think that if you have something that you really love, stick with that. I really liked this brush to apply concealer, or I'm sorry, not the concealer, the corrector, because it sheared it out. It spreads the product beautifully, but you can do that with any brush that you have. When I want coverage and when I really want to blend and build that intensity to make sure that these dark circles don't peek through, I actually really love using the Juno & Co sponge. So you can use a sponge, you can use a brush, use whatever your little heart desires. If it's in your heart to buy that brush, buy the brush. Now, let's talk doe foot. The doe foot applicator, it's really lovely. It's shaped like a diamond, right? It's not round. It's definitely not flat. As you guys can see, the edges are nice and round, and then the other side is flat. This picks up just a nice amount of product. It blends and spreads the product out beautifully. It is such a beautiful formula. It feels creamy, hydrating, cooling, and honestly, it's one of the nicest concealers I've tried in a while. I would say that this is a full-blown medium coverage concealer. I don't know if it's water resistant because I haven't necessarily tried it to that extent where maybe there's water on my face or I'm crying. I haven't tested it to that extent, but it is long wearing. It is very beautiful, natural looking. It mimics skin, and Hourglass is known for that. They are known for producing products that are very well thought out, that are just naturally going to enhance the beauty of skin. With that being said, I'm going to tell you guys I would pass on the brush, and I would definitely get the concealer if you're in the market for a new concealer, especially if you are a woman who is experiencing some extra little details around the eyes. I think it did a really beautiful job at just not enhancing any additional lines that I may have. Honestly, it just looks really beautiful and smooth. So I love this concealer. I give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you guys think, if you've tried this, if you're interested in buying it. And please be sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.